All right, let's dive right in. We are tackling a huge question in personal finance today with a little head-to-head challenge. Is it better to invest small amounts, like 10 bucks, super consistently, or should you save up for a bigger $100 plus investment? Well, the answer might actually surprise you. So let's break it down.
First things first, we've got to bust a myth. Do you have this nagging feeling that you need a huge pile of cash just to get in the game? Yeah, a lot of people do. And honestly, it's probably the single biggest reason most people just stay on the sidelines. But what if that's just completely wrong?
You know, on one hand, you've got this mindset that says, investing is for rich people. I need thousands. But on the other, there's this growing movement that says, hey, you can start building wealth with whatever's in your pocket right now. And that, right there, is the heart of our challenge today. It's a battle between the fear of not having enough and the incredible power of just starting.
Okay, so let's start with the small but mighty approach. We're talking about YouTubers like Mommy Trader and Clarence Patrick. These guys have been showing their journeys investing just 10 bucks a week or even 10 bucks a day, proving that small, consistent steps can and do lead to some really big results.
And honestly, this quote from Mommy Trader just nails it. It's not about how much money you start with, it's that you start. The biggest risk you can take isn't making a small investment. Nope, it's making no investment at all.
Now, this whole strategy behind the $10 challenge, it actually has a name, dollar cost averaging, or DCA for short. So instead of trying to perfectly time the market, which is, let's be real, almost impossible, you just invest a set amount on a regular schedule, maybe every single week. This totally takes the emotion out of it and turns investing into a simple, powerful habit.
And putting it into practice? It's incredibly simple. First, you just pick an amount you can actually afford, even if it's just a few dollars. Second, and this part is absolutely crucial, you automate it. Set it and forget it. As investor Clarence Patrick says, this way you're making your decisions ahead of time. And third, you just stay the course, whether the market is having a great day or a really bad one.
So, how do these tiny little investments actually turn into something substantial? Well, the secret sauce is this incredibly powerful force that's always working behind the scenes. Let's talk about the magic of compounding.
And the results? They can be seriously impressive. In one of her videos, Mommy Trader actually ran the numbers. Starting with just over 500 bucks and adding only $10 a week, her portfolio could potentially rocket to over $3,400 in just 5 years. That is the power of small, consistent actions, just amplified over time.
So what in the world is compounding? Well, the financial firm Fiducian Advisors describes it perfectly. They call it a snowball effect. Think about it. Your first investment earns returns. Then those returns start earning their own returns. Basically, your money starts working for you, and then the money it makes also starts working for you. It's wild.
And to really see how this thing speeds up, Fiducian Advisors uses what they call the 8-4-3 rule. Imagine a 15-year journey. For the first 8 years, you're just laying the foundation. Growth feels kind of slow, not gonna lie. Then, in the next 4 years, it starts to pick up the pace. But it's in those final 3 years that the growth can become absolutely explosive, because that snowball has just gotten so big. The longer you stay in, the more powerful it gets.
Okay, so starting small and being consistent with dollar cost averaging, it seems like a clear winner, right? It builds great habits and harnesses that magic of compounding, but that brings us to the other side of the challenge, the lump sum, or what we're calling the $100 approach. Is starting small always the best financial move?
This leads us to a really critical question. We've seen all the behavioral perks of DCA, but if we're talking purely about the math, does it always come out on top?
And here is the twist. A super detailed analysis from the blog Actuary on Fire, which by the way, backtested data all the way to 1802, found something pretty stunning. Investing a lump sum of money all at once has actually beaten dollar cost averaging 88% of the time. Yeah, 88%.
So what is going on here? Well, here's the crucial point. DCA is a fantastic psychological tool. It helps you get started and stay consistent without being afraid. But because the market generally goes up over the long term, getting your money invested sooner with a lump sum just gives it more time to grow. It is the classic case of time in the market beating any attempt to time the market.
But look, whether you're drip feeding 10 bucks or you're dropping a $100,000 lump sum, there is a silent threat that can completely undermine your growth, no matter what your strategy is. We have to talk about fees.
Just look at this data from investor.gov.
On a $100,000 investment over 20 years, a fee of just 1% instead of 0.25% could cost you nearly $30,000. And why? Because fees don't just take your money, they steal the future compound growth that money could have earned.
The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission puts it really plainly. Even fees that look tiny can have a massive impact. And that means no matter which strategy you choose, keeping your costs low is absolutely 100% non-negotiable.
So after all of that, who wins the challenge? Is it the consistent, habit-building $10 drip feed? Or is it the statistically superior, all-in-one $100 lump sum? Let's bring it all together for the final verdict.
So what's the ultimate takeaway here? Honestly, the whole debate between lump sum and DCA, it's not the main event. Getting in the game is. The math might favor putting your money to work sooner, but psychology tells us that the best plan is the one you can actually stick with. So the real winning move? It's not picking the perfect strategy. It's just pushing start and letting time do all the heavy lifting for you.
So let's sum it all up. The main thing is to just start now, no matter how small. Use automation and consistency to build a powerful habit that really works for you. Always keep an eye on those fees because they are a silent drain on your growth. And just remember, the best strategy isn't the one that's perfect on paper, it's the one you'll actually keep doing for the long haul.
And we'll end with this thought. We spend a lot of time focused on the explicit costs of investing, like fees. But as that magic of compounding shows, every single day you wait, you are losing your most valuable asset, time. So the real question isn't just about what fees are costing you, it's what is procrastination costing you.